Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing out there? If you're here with me either in the Discord chat or the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. It is CPI Tuesday, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Shaw. Good morning, Luna, Cyrus, Dave, Ron's Funk, Silent, Redberg, X-Spy, NQ, Rips, Luna, Shady Lady, Trader Page, Futures Trading Today, Marcello. Good morning, Ron's Funk. Good morning, Flying War Banana. Good morning. How's everybody doing out there? Hey, good morning, Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Darren. Good morning, Panchua, Astro Nerd, Ken, SW. Good morning, Midland Trader, Chris L, JB, Rhett, Matic. Good morning, Discount. Good morning, Potamus. Good morning, Kagan. I don't know how to say your name. You got to help me with this one. Kagri. Good morning, Bob Sacamano, Turkish name. Good morning, Turkish name. Chagri. Thank you very much. Good morning, AU Sax. Good morning, Driss. Good morning. Good morning. And good morning to everybody out there. Good morning, Steven Stewart. Good morning to Squeeze My Banana. Good morning, Mikkel, Robert, Karen, Eddie's Bong, Scott, Kenny, TJ, Pops, Carl, Mel Dunn, PLP, Macau, Easy E, Arthur John, Connor, Craig, Waleed, Brooke, DC, Mark, Ethan, Malik, Jessica, Bird, DLN, Water, McNasty, Vashida, or Vahista. Sorry about that. Walter. Good morning, Jose. What the Forex, KDL, Realery. Good morning, Gringo. Tame, Jim, Claire, Shane, HD, Nikki. Good morning, PLP, Marcello, Racer, Vin, Martin, Trading Lizard, Larry. Good morning, Larry. Good to see you. HD, Trader Guy, JDR, John. Good morning, Doug, Tony R. I am what I am, Maverick, Juan, Alexandre, Richard, Otis, QK, DA. Good morning, NP. Good morning, John, Muhammad, Technical Trader, Ali, Richard, W. Kevin, Kindle, or Crindle. Good morning. Hector, good morning, DC, Cliff, Jeff, Ali. Good morning, Big Boy Trades, Mark, Big G, SW Rookie. Good morning. How's everybody doing out there? So, if you didn't know, it's CPI Tuesday today. This is the big one. So, a couple different predictions I have on this. We might be looking at the annualized rate after this. We might be looking at the 6-month annualized rate after this. We might be looking at a lot of different things because CPI looks like it might be a little sticky here. I myself am fixing to set up a bracket order myself, and we're just going to see how that works. I'm going to probably trade this on one Express funded account, and I'm expecting a large move, right? I'm expecting a very large move. By the way, if you're in here, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. Let's see if before the CPI print that we can get it up to 500 likes, because then we can do a nice poll before the CPI print comes out, and we can kind of have a prediction and see how on point you folks are. I want to see if we're thinking if the market's going to rip and rally or if it's going to dunk and flush a CETO to the downside here. It's going to be interesting because I do believe that any kind of print is going to jostle around the market. I think that if we got a print of like 4.3, that would send the market into a death drop. If we had a print like a 3.7 or something like that, that could bring the market, completely different, right? It could be crazy, right? It could be wild. It could be crazy. Am I doing it on Top Step X? I am not. I'm doing it on Ninja Trader. I'm going to be doing this on Ninja Trader. Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy because it just seems like no matter what we're doing, the market just continues to shrug off any news. We're getting all these crazy price targets right now. But we did see, yesterday we did see a big pump from Google. I mean, big, but I mean, a decent sized pump from Google. A nice little bounce back from Microsoft. Amazon kind of held the line after a little dip. Meta as well, but Meta sold off a decent amount. Nvidia also now comfortably below 900. So, we have a lot of things that are down here, but there's plenty more room to the downside. There's plenty more room to the upside. So really it's anybody's ball game here. And it just really depends on, what I've been saying this whole time is that we're in roll week, which of course is inherently difficult. I have a big feeling here that this is going to be a very large move on this. The market makers are pricing in right now. Wow, congratulations there, Sharmad's passing. He's now a funded trader. Give it up for Sharmad's in here. Making it happen. That is amazing. Now a funded trader on Top Step. Congratulations. That was, you've been putting in a lot of work there, Sharmad. So hats off to you for becoming a funded trader. That is so cool. I love to see that. That is awesome. Am I muted on Discord? No, I'm not. You got to make sure that your audio settings are correct on Discord. And there's a way to just select your audio settings in Discord to make sure it's coming out there. I'm never muted on Discord. If you ever see me talking, you can't hear me, it's on your side. It says, thanks, Rips. Your help has been awesome. It's all you. It's all you, Sharmods. You're the one pushing the buttons, making it happen, putting in the work. Yeah, that's you. You got to give yourself the credit for that one. I'm just here to see it through. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, congrats to you, Sharmods. Are you explaining to the person who can't hear you how to hear you? Well, they can hear me on YouTube, Connor. Well, let's do the math here. If they're here talking on YouTube and they're complaining about not hearing me on Discord, we're going to do some quick maths here. And they can hear me on YouTube, not on Discord. But yeah. How do you get the June contract? Well, you go to NQM. H is the March contracts. So it would be NQM, or you just type in NQ space June 24. If you're looking on TradingView, it's going to be NQM or NQ1 exclamation point. If you're looking on Bookmap, NQM4, then depending on whatever data subscriber you're on right there. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very fun day today. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super duper psyched on this trade today. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see if we do get that big reaction. The only downside of trading the bracket orders is what happened last time that we did a bracket order, but we had a very quick recovery on it. We got tagged to the downside and then it flipped back up. So we just have to make sure that my bracket order is, long enough and short enough from the high and low here that if we do get continuation, we will see it through. The downside to this is that it is roll week. We have a very sparse kind of market still. If you're looking at the open interest right now, the open interest is still higher in the June contracts, but the volume is tremendously higher in the, let me see here what we're looking at. So the volume yesterday in the March contracts was 472,000. In the June contracts, 723,000. Open interest in the June contracts, 156,000. Open interest in the March contracts still at 179,000. So we still have people that are going to be rolling out of March into June today, tomorrow, and by Friday, because Friday is when they expire. So you have to be got to be out by Friday. Can't be left holding the bag there unless you really want to take delivery, which is crazy. Hey, Rips, what indicator are you using for the blue and red lines, sir? Okay, so this is actually proprietary from Goldman Sachs here. The blue line indicates that the FOMC, the next coming FOMC, if it taps this top blue line here, that guarantees that we're going to pause rates. If it comes down and I think it's the 16th line. I got to actually extend this out here. So 16th line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and skip a few in 16. So this line, if it touches this line, then they close the market for, 32.8 hours. They open it 14 hours later, and then they switch it where if you're shorting the market, it actually puts you long. But yeah, it's a crazy indicator. I don't recommend using it if you're new to the markets, but it's a wild one. It's a wild one. You want to be careful. So anyway, what we're looking for on the CPI print today is if it's a hotter print, we're looking for the market to crater. We're at like 4.2 for a hotter print, 4.3, that'd be a hotter print. If we're looking for a cooler print, something like 3.8, 3.7, that's what we'd be looking for there. And it would be very, very interesting to see whether or not we get that outlier print, because I feel like on a roll week like this, the big players are looking for any kind of excuse to really kind of throw caution to the wind and do big positioning. So yeah, I'm expecting a big move on this. And if I don't get that big move, I'm going to be risking $1,200, right? $1,200 in an XFA after we made, I don't know, what were we up? If we're looking at single XFAs, we had a day where we made 6,000, 3,000, and and then 2,000. So we're up $14,000 last week. I think risking less than 10% of our profits last week is pretty good. So that's how I'm gonna see it through, right? CPI expecting 3.1, not 4.1. We're talking about outlier prints here. We want to see outlier prints, right? I'm going both long and short OBP. I'm going to set up a bracket order here. The print is in, let's see here, about 19 minutes. I guess I can start setting up the order that I'm looking for here. So let's see here. So this would be buy, stop, market here. And that is the correct. So 324, I mean, that's really not that big of a bump there. Let's say 340s. I kind of want to be up here, to be honest with you. I want to be like way up high up there. And then do this one would be, I gotta set this up to be OCO actually. Hold on one second. This would be buy, stop here. And then this one would be here. There we go. All right, so that's how we'd have those orders set up. This one gonna be down there. Something like that is what I'm thinking. So let's see, we had auctions down to 195, so 224. I mean, realistically, it's got to be kind of low here. I would say that'll probably be safe, like I mean, what are we thinking here? 50 points would be 40, something like 41-ish. So we could do like 44. Do 55 to the downside would be like 35. Yeah, I mean, that's probably where I'm going to leave it right there. Something like that. Because I'm expecting a very, very big move. But the thing is that I can get tagged right away and then it can bounce. And we saw that on the last time we did a bracket order print. Where right now, I think we're 1-1. We've lost one, we've won one. And, I could put these even tighter, but the idea is that we could get stopped out pretty quickly. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see how this works out. It's one of those trades where it's either going to work or it doesn't. If we get a congruent move where it's directional in one single direction and it doesn't pop and drop, because I have a stop on this, it's going to be 120 ticks. So as long as it doesn't tag my order, then tig me out on 120 ticks, then I'll be pretty much okay. This is completely alien to me. Can I Google what you're doing? Because I have no idea what's going on. So we have a bracket order. And if we tag this to the top side, it's going to put me in a long. If we tag this order to the downside, that's going to put me in a short. And so we're kind of, because the print could be such a big outlier print, we're trying to gather as much alpha on this. I mean, it could be a little bit tighter, to be honest. I guess I could bring it down, let's say, because we're at 45-ish points. Let's see, we're trading 90s. I'm just trying to think how far and wide I'd want to do this one. And 290. So like 245-ish and 235-ish, I guess we could do. I mean, I could bring it to like that. I guess. Somewhere like that. We'll have to see how the order book clears out too. Does one cancel the other when the other gets filled? Yes, that's exactly right. All right, we have about 1,000 of you folks in here. Make sure you're smashing that lucky like button. I'd love to do a poll before we get this party started. We're at 260 likes. Let's just smash that like button real quick. We have 1,000 people in here. It should be easy to do. Smash that quick like button. But yeah, it's one cancels the other, and it's going to be the only thing again that can really screw our position up. Let me go over to TradingView here. The only thing that can really mess up our position here is what we had happen last time, which is basically if it goes down, let's just say we get filled here and then he immediately reverses and it goes up, then we will get stopped out because we're going to be short and it'll stop us out. And then the flip side of that is that if it goes up and tags us into a long and then immediately reverses, then we'll get stopped out because we have a long. So that's kind of the print that we're looking for, where we want to have, I'd love to see it just kind of go and go and go and go. Because if we get an entry, let's say around there, and it can kind of kerfuffle after that. So let's say it goes here and then it kind of kerfuffles. That's fine because we're in. We're not going to get stopped out. So, I mean, there's a lot of risk in doing a play like this, but I'm defining my risk with my stops, and I'm using this on an express funded account. So I'm not going to get very much slippage, if at all, unless it's like really wonky prints. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Take off OCO and grab both smooths. Yeah. The other thing you can do is you can add into this OCO where it's like layering so that you're adding into it as it continues. So you can add more layers to your orders here. But again, it becomes more and more risky. So I'm just going to try to react onto the print and see if we can get a favorable print. Are there stop limit or stop market? There's stop market. Dumped 1,000 ticks last time the newsprint came out. Yeah, CPI last time was insane. So if we get a congruent move that is single-sided, then we will absolutely make this happen here. Again, let's smash that lucky like button. I'm going to take a quick restroom break since we're about 15 minutes away from the print. I want to make sure that I'm here for it. So I will be right back here, folks. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. What did we get? A little bathroom pump there? My goodness gracious. All right, folks, smash that lucky like button. Let's go ahead and get this poll rocking and rolling here. That'd be crazy if I came back and it actually tagged my order. I come back from the bathroom and it's just completely tagged my order. That'd be crazy, right? Hey, Ribs, good morning. How does the market move 300 points in 30 minutes last night? You're probably looking at the wrong contracts. You're looking at the March to June contracts. We're trading the June contracts now. So that's the disparity that you're seeing. There's a 300 point difference. Yeah, early release. I'm not going to touch that one. All right. So, yeah. All right. So let's do this poll. Let's do this poll here. All right. Well, thank you. Pump. Up or down on CPI. Up, down. and it will go sideways. Actually, I'll just do no clue. There we go. All right, vote away here, folks. Go ahead and smash the poll here. The results are, or the votes are anonymous, so don't worry about sharing your true feelings on that. Good morning. I think I just passed my combine, pulled over on Oakby Road, done for the day. Nice work. Give it up for PLP. Nice job. There's a scaling plan, but max size is 10. Yes. How many do you start with? Depends on the size of the account. Top sub scaling plan. Let's see here. Send this to you here. Here's what the scaling plan looks like right there. Bingo bango. It's important to share your feelings with the market. Communication is key to a healthy relationship. It's true. You have to share your feelings with the market. That's exactly right. Hey, Rips, did you notice how the London market, instead of moving around 3 a.m., it moved later to 4 a.m. daylight savings adjustment time? Yes, that's what's been happening due to the crazy daylight savings stuff. A lot of people who are across the pond are saying, hey, Rips, you're on early now. Well, hopefully it's better for you folks that don't participate in the lunacy of daylight savings. Hopefully it works out much better for you folks. You get an earlier crack at the Clubhouse stream, right? How was my trading day yesterday? So I traded combines only, and I lost, I don't know, $12,000, $11,000, somewhere in that range. I got one good trade. Well, we had one good trade here on YouTube in the morning. We had a second follow-up trade, but I couldn't take profit on it because the market was just darting around and I couldn't catch it. And then I traded in Discord. I think I took another loss. I was green on almost every single one of my trades, but I just wasn't getting covers. Or I wasn't covering. But then, actually, you know what? We were up like $4,500 in one combine. So I had 3 combines that were ready to pass. I mean, they were like 156K, 157K, 156K. I hit max loss in all those. So those balances are all around 153,000 or so. So I have 3 of those combines. And then I had one fresh combine, which I got like $3,500 of profit on. So I have like 4 combines right now sitting at 153K. And yeah, and I think I have another fresh one that's like 150 flat, so I haven't used that one. But yeah, so wasn't in the pocket yesterday. But this is, that's the risk that you run. I didn't trade any XFA, didn't trade any live because I obviously wasn't in the pocket, and I was only going to trade those if I had a good session on YouTube. But yeah, if you want to see the calamity from yesterday, this stream is obviously posted in the YouTube there. Well, woke up to my overnight trade hitting my maximum loss limit at my 50K XFA. I'm sorry to see that, Shadow Hunter. Sorry to see that. Attempted a live account for it. No. Will not do a live account, but happy to do XFA, right? Because XFA, I'm going to get sim fills, right? Do you think trading combines as a break from the live helps your overall trading performance? Yeah, of course. That's a good question too. And I kind of rank them. So if I think that it's going to be, if I'm in the pocket, if I'm psychologically in the pocket and I'm seeing the market for what it is and really just knocking it dead, then I'm trading my live account. If I feel that I'm kind of in the middle there, I'm trading my XFA. And if I'm not in the pocket, I'm trading combines. And then if I'm like completely out of it, I'm not trading anything at all. Or I'm maybe a practice account, but probably just, I would probably trade a combine instead of a practice account. Up $1.60 in your XFA. There you go. So we'll be back to the same time in a couple of weeks. Oh, nice. You do have daylight savings across the pond. How about that? Did I select OCO order? Yes, I did. Does it build bad habits trading multiple accounts? I blow combines, but trade well on the XFA. Well, it's good if you're trading well on the XFA, but blowing combines. That means you're taking withdrawals, right? Yesterday. Let's ride this puppy to the moon today. Hey, I like it to the moon or to the south side. I'll take it either way as long as it's single directional. I don't want omnidirectional on this print. If it's omnidirectional, I'll be kind of bummed out, to be honest with you. I won't be a happy camper. It'll be a sad day. Not really, but I'd like to have this trade play out. We had such a big reaction on the last CPI. I do expect this one to be a large reaction here. So month over month, we're looking at 0.4%. The prior was 0.3%, so it's sticky. Year over year, 3.1%. But I'm looking at the annualized rate. I think that's where most participants are going to be looking towards, is the annualized rate of being, like 4 point something ish. Hey, Ripacito, would you mind commenting on your thoughts on why do you trade your combines different than your live? Both are real money, so why are you more chill with your size on your live? I mean, combines are $149. They're basically free. So it's like, if I'm going to trade and I'm not feeling in the pocket, it's like, why not trade and get some trades in on those? But, when I'm trading my live, meant XFAs. Wait, was it the same person? XFAs, I mean, these are sim fills, right? Yeah, XFAs. These are sim fills. I can do this type of trade with sim fills, right? On a live account, I don't want to have imagine I have a stop loss set for, if I have a stop loss set for, let's say 20 or I guess, 35 handles, and it jumps and it does like 100 handles and I get stopped. Imagine Mick being like, hey Rips, how'd you lose $5,000 on 2 contracts? It's like, well, I traded this print in my live. He's like, well, that's stupid, right? Yeah, I did. And why'd you do that? I don't know. Cause he's like, you have XFAs. Those are sim fills. You could have traded that there, right? Single XFA. Notice how before we have big prints, price is always dancing at the VWAP minutes before. Yeah, just because we've been consolidating, right? The VWAP is going to be consolidated when we're consolidating in a tight area. The volume weighted average price is going to be consolidated in that area as well. Charles says, lost my XFA yesterday, only got my personal account left. Don't trade a personal account, trade Top Step. Save yourself the money. The downside risk is much lower than trading your own real money. Right? If I lose on these XFAs, I'm down $149 per XFA. How do you set a bracket on Top Step X? I do not know. If anybody can help. Alchemist here. All right, we're 2 minutes out, folks. 2 minutes out. Fingers crossed. Make sure you're smashing that lucky like button for good luck. I'm telling you, it works. So we want to see a congruent print here. We want to see a print in one single direction here. Where's my stop defined? It is a 120 tick stop on this trade. So I'm risking $1,200. $1,200 a risk because we made, what did we make? We made, I just said it, but like somewhere $11,000 to $14,000 last week. Well, on each account. So 6 to something thousand, 6 to 8,000, something like that. So we're expecting 0.4. 3.1% is the year over year expectation. Good luck, everybody. 90 seconds away. Yeah, it's automatically defined. I'm using an ATM strategy. So this trade is just going to work itself out. Either we're going to get a crazy wacko print. God, it's up to 355. Oh my goodness. Hold on. 355 down to 230. Jeez. Okay. I might have to do this then. Jeez Louise. I'm going to have to do it like this. Oh, yeah. I'm really going to have to do it like this, aren't I? I don't like this, but we're going to have to make this extra wide here. All right, 30 seconds here. Wow, this order book is completely cleared out here. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Because the order book cleared out way wider than I thought it would. Crazy. Way wider. Good luck, everybody. 10 seconds. %0.4% is what we're looking for. Filled? Hold on. 1/10 above the expectation. I don't like this. I couldn't cancel I tried to click cancel and it didn't cancel my order. So, yep, lost on that one. I was trying to cancel it and I have to deselect OCO. Bummer. I tried to cancel the order. All right, so let's see if we could trade this reaction now. We got the flush. We were correct on that, but then we had a bounce that I was trying to cancel, and I still had OCO selected, so that didn't work out. Dang it. All right, let's see if we can take this to the short side here. Trying this again. Wow, crazy pump there. And cover that and wait. Well, that was a shame. Currently down $1,600. Now we are pumping like crazy. But do we pump all the way back up and give that back? That was not like that big of a reaction that I was looking for on that. That was not the reaction that I was looking for. So 0.4% in line and then 3.2% year over year. So a little bit hotter year over year. That's the first reacceleration since December 2023. So that didn't work out exactly how I wanted it to. Just trying to see if there's any kind of advantage trade that I could take here. See if we're rejecting at these 280s. I forgot. So when I'm in a trade like that, I need to undo my OCO because I tried to close that only being down like $700. But yeah, I'm gonna try these 300s are holding here. Seeing if we can run the jewels on this. Trying this here. Can we get a squeeze? This is risky as heck up here. See if we can get back above these 30s. It's super risky here. If we get above these 30s, I can add to this here. This is super, super risky though. And we tagged those 30s and they started to sell. Very, very risky trade here. So again, those 30s, they are selling those. We get above that 30 level. Very, very tricky right here at these 30s. Wow. Very, very tricky here. This is so choppy. Just trying to find a way that I could add into this position here while respecting risk. Again, these 30s are rejecting. Very, very bumpy here. So watching this again right at these 30s. Can we get above these 30s or not? That is the question. Okay, still trying to get above these 30s here. Good golly. Yeah, this is so tough right here because these 30s are just holding as a strong backstop. I might have to cover. So watching around here again. Still holding, but it doesn't want to push. I covered two. It's not doing what I want. leaving one as a runner. A little push above 30 there. Now we get the push after I cover 2. Jeez. Bad timing. See if these 50s hold. Seeing if we get above these 60s now. Can we get a pump above 60s, or will we sell these? Covering 2. Watching for a pullback here. And go flat. All right, let's see if we can nail this on a pullback. Very tricky trading here. S&Ps are rallying. Yeah, I couldn't hold out for that break above 30. It just kept on getting too dicey. We'd pump and reject, pump and reject. So let's see if we can hold above 50s now. Okay, 50s are through. NVIDIA's at 878 here. We need to get through 60s now. Looking for a squeeze above 60s here. Okay, there's a pop above 60s. I need to see continuation now. So much liquidity above those 60s. Watching. Big liquidity draw above those 60s. Looking for follow through. Back above 50 here. Now they're back to the sell side. So watching here right around 55. Going for a third lot since we held those 40s for now. Seeing if we can hold this. Some big sellers coming in, but if we hold these 40s. Watching. Big sellers. And sold. Well, didn't work out the way that I wanted to, unfortunately. Very, very difficult. Let's see if we can switch here. Go into a different account. I was looking for those 60s to kind of break out. Above 60, we had basically 40 points higher. That's what I was kind of looking for. So let's see here if we can actually base out where we were last time. Trying along here. Seeing if we clear this out above 40s again. Going for another ad here. So I want to see if this is a short-lived pop or a realistic bounce here. Kind of consolidating down here, but we need to see strength above 40s for me to have confidence in this area. There's some liquidity resting right there at 25, so we might entertain that liquidity first. Okay, strong above 45 here. Can we get a squeeze going? Adding to that. Looking for this squeeze above 60 now. See if we can run this all the way to 400 here. It's kind of stalling at these 60s, which I don't like. This is the level I'm watching, by the way. So if we get above that level, that 65, and we actually hold above that level, this thing can really scream. But we're just hesitating right here at these 60s, which I don't like. Still tagging those 60s again. A little bit of hesitation. Can we get above and out of these 60s here? That is the question. Still some more sell side coming in, just right around those 60s. Buyers have just kind of stopped here. We're up at 52.16, the S&Ps. Very, very thin here. You can see we pop above the 60s, met with instant sellers. So I'm just trying to see if we can actually hold any of this liquidity. There's a bunch of liquidity stacking up now. Does make me a little bit concerned here. More sell side coming in. Just watching the tape here. Trying to see if we can hold above these 60s without rejecting here. It's just kind of holding. They let it run for a little bit and then there's some rejection that comes through. But if we can start to pop out those rejections, I think that we can run pretty hot to the top side here. Very thin to the downside, which is interesting that they're letting it run that thin. Liquidity stacked back up at 50s here. Do we take that liquidity at 50s? Yeah, order book does feel similar to yesterday. Very, very thin on both sides. So there's just not a lot of liquidity providers that have turned on the June contracts yet. So just watching here. Nice push back up. Let's see if we can jump through these 60s now. I want to see how thick the liquidity is up towards these 60s. We have the follow through here. Okay, a little sweep above. Without the rejection is what I'm looking for here. Okay, some bid side coming in. This is good. It's very, very loose up here too, which means that they're spreading it pretty wide. And then they're just kind of intercepting orders to the top side here. But they're also spreading nice bids below 60s. So this could pop if we just get a little bit of push up here. Okay, there's a pop. Looking for the push now. Okay, nice little pop and push, but you can see how aggressive they're trying to sell this as well. There it is through the 70s. So target is 400 here to the top side. Watching this. Aggressive sellers coming in. $75 through the 80s. Okay, 80s are holding. I I want to start to see this squeeze right through 400 here. I'm watching again right here for this interception at 80s. We should see some momentum here through the 80s, and that's what I'm watching for. A little bit of a pause here right at 75. I think we're looking for just a little bit of liquidity before we go higher. Big bid side coming in. Still more bid side coming in, but now I'm seeing heavy offers above 80s. So a little bit concerned. Big offers coming in. They're selling through these bids at 65 now. And we're running out of the buy side that I'm looking for that continuation up through the 80s. But I wanted to see if all of these bid stacks can start to force the issue here. I'm just trying to be locked into this tape. Sorry if I'm not reading any of the chat right now. I'm just trying to see if I can get any clues here so I can define what my next move is going to be. I want to see this blow through these 70s without hesitation now. There we go. So this is a big area here, right at 75. This is where we had a lot of traffic last time. Very, very thin to the bid side now. Extremely thin to the bid side. Let's see what the S&Ps are saying over here. So I'm watching the S&Ps for clues here. S&P has some bid at 52.13, but it's thin. So a little rejection above 65 so far in the NAS. Okay, bouncing back up here. We need to see this strong above 60, 63, 65. How's everybody doing out there? Anybody trying to ride this out to the long side? And that's what I'm looking for here. Nice W's for everybody there. Yeah, heavy offers here. I'm just curious if we're going to swipe at any of this liquidity. We're putting up heavy offers and then they're removing it almost immediately. So you can see there we're tagging these offers, but it's not even as thick as what they're placing up there. So it's a little bit of spoofing. I mean, there are some offers there, but it's definitely some spoofed offers. So back above 60s here. Let's see if we can actually peel out some liquidity to the top side. There we go. Pushing back up. A lot of liquidity setting at 70 there. Seeing if we can jump up to these 70s. Yeah, this is a very scant liquidity. Very difficult book to read right now for me, at least. Because they're pushing and pulling offers very, very quickly. Same with the bid side. I mean, they're putting up bids and then removing them almost immediately. So it's a little bit of spoofing, but then we run into like real liquidity and then it starts to change the tape. Then we see the algorithmic reaction on that tape. So still just holding out here for this pushback into the 70s. We're getting definitely some sellers coming in here. Still holding above 50s. Just wondering if buy side is getting exhausted up here or not. But every single time I start to think that, we come back in and we're jumping in and entertaining that liquidity there. So if you're enjoying the stream so far, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. We're back above these 60s again. And buyers are thinning out. We do have an injection of liquidity in 10 minutes here, and that should dictate quite a bit of the flow going forward. But it's very difficult for me to trust this tape as is because it's so thin. Very, very difficult here. They keep putting up offers and then removing them almost immediately, and the same goes for the bid side. It's almost, it's almost spoofing, but there are some real orders that are sitting there that are actually getting filled. So I'm watching again here, right at this topping end of this volume shelf right here at 62. It's kind of where we're running into buy side drying up there. Digital game of chicken, right? Yeah, that's what it feels like. Watching again up here. Volume has just descended into basically nothing here, which is interesting that we have no volume up here. I mean, it's descended into absolutely nothing. So that might have been the best squeeze that we could see above those 80s there. My target was 407 and a quarter, but right now the tape is saying otherwise. Some interested buyers there right around these 50s again. Very low inventory. We should see actually an injection of liquidity in about 2.5 minutes here. You're thinking all roads lead to VWAP. They very well could. But we do find some bid support, and then we do get some buyers that are interested again. Flushing back down here to the 50s. Yeah, still a lack of participation here. You can see that we go low enough and then we start to get some buyers that are interested, and it's so thin to the top side that they just run it back up. 10 points, 10 handle bounces. There's some bid side liquidity there at the 50s that we ran into. Probably some shorts covering from in the 80s. Again, we're trying to get into this 62, 63 topping area of the volume shelf. Nice pushback through here, but we want to see if we can hold the continuation trade. And it's not just a liquidity of those early shorts. We started at 8 a.m. Eastern time. The clocks changed here in the US, so that's why it seems that I started early. So yeah, that was just kind of a little mini squeeze of some early shorts there. Now we're getting heavy offers there. Heavy offers up towards 50. So this might start to really unwind here. See if we can get back above 45 or so. Right at 40. Big flush right below those 40s. Little draw. Big liquidity injection coming in here. I'm just going to cover. So covering there. Taking a loss. Coming back down here. So we just had buyers kind of exhausting there. I guess I should have peeled out as we got right back above that volume shelf at those 60s. So liquidity ejection coming in 5 seconds here. Redbook retail sales are out. That's not moving the market at all, of course. So we're back here at 319 halves. If we do flush through this area, I could be looking at continuing to take this. Let's see here. I'm going to try a short here. We're right at the VWAP now. We bounced right at the VWAP. Let's see if we have any weakness up towards these 325s. We could easily go right back to 362 as well. That's the thing. Given how this liquidity is so thin. Adding to that. Want to see a nice flush here now. Flush through VWAP. I want to see 293s trade. Adding into that. Very, very tricky market here. Running into the same issues that I had yesterday where I just don't have a perfect read on it. Let's see if these 310s start to give out. If we've run out of sellers here, then I have to definitely consider flipping out of this position. Still have some sellers here, and it's thin to the bid side. Watching here. Seeing if these 25s want to reject. Trying a short here. I want to see these 19s give out. See if we get the sell side coming through. Kind of stalling out here again like we saw at the top side. But now stalling out to the sell side. Yeah, this market's wrecking me. I do not have a good read on this market, unfortunately. See if we have any kind of fade here. I'm just going to stop out. All right, so yeah, I don't have a good read on this market, unfortunately. Back to back, difficult. Yeah, I'm going to put on the shot clock here. I'm just going to go back to combines, to be honest. But yeah, I mean that I got it wrong both ways. Being completely transparent here, got it wrong both ways. So that's going to cost me. That's going to put me down. Let's see. Come back to Ninja Trader here. $6,000, and that's on 2 XFA accounts. Unfortunately, it's the way that it goes, folks. Here, I could show this. Love to be transparent, as I always am. But yeah, that market had my number today. So there you have it. Market had my number today. That's just the way it goes sometimes, though. Just, it's interesting because it's so thin and it's just so difficult for me to read. I guess the smart play would be to kind of wait things out and not exactly trade it. If I'm not trading it, then I'm not going to run any risk, right? But hey, XFAs ended up, so that gives back, 6,000 we made. I got to go back and check last week. We made like 11 or 14,000, but yeah, so that's going to stop me from trading express funded. I'm not going to touch my live. I'm not going to touch anything other than combines today. We were up in that position pretty high, but I didn't take the profit because I was looking for 407. Right, my target was 407 to the top side, and you'll rarely see me. I mean, I guess I should have paid attention to the tape. It's very difficult, just kind of reflecting in real time here on my trades. It's very difficult. We did have clear exhaustion of buyers there to the top side, and I guess I could have just covered. I was considering covering like 2 contracts, at least pulling out some green. And I didn't because I wanted 407. But the thing that made it more difficult for me to read is the fact that we were exhausting on both ends, and it became very, very tricky to see what orders were real and what orders were being spoofed. And every single time we kind of sold down, I saw some bids kind of shaping up there, and it looked like that we were going to hold those bids. But unfortunately, my read was wrong. And that's going to happen. So, yep, ended up getting wrecked there. So we're down $6,000 in 2 express funded accounts. It is 9 o'clock here. So I will be going over to Top Step TV to trade live, but I'm going to be trading combines. Full disclosure here. I'm going to be trading combines, and my highest combine balance is 153,000. So that's the combine that I'm going to be trading live on stream. And yeah, that's my CPI print. It's crazy because I lesson learned, right? So what happened on that print was I still had OCO selected. So when I was trying to close I was up like $200 and then I was down 70. I'm clicking close and then it jumps up and it pulls me out of my stop, which is $1,200. And I tried to stop myself out and I couldn't because I had OCO selected. So when I pressed close, it threw me an error. And so I had to go back, unselect OCO. And by the time I'd unselected the position had already closed itself out at the stop. So, unfortunate. This is where, people ask when the bracket orders do go well. It's like, well, why don't you just do that every single time? It works every time. This is the thing that you can run into where it dips low and then it sends it high. So you're right. And on the initial onset, if I had a much tighter entry there, I could have absolutely nailed that, but my brackets were very, very wide. And then when we were long here on our second account, that's where we just didn't take profit when we were up like $3,000. So, yep, there we have it. All right, folks, that's going to do it for me here on the YouTube stream. I'm going to go over to Top Step TV's channel. You can find me over there. Let me drop the link for you. Sorry if I'm seeming a little downtrodden. It's just, it's annoying more than anything. I'm just annoyed that didn't work out and my reads were off. But there's where I'm going to be on YouTube. You can catch me over there. I hope to see you folks over there. Folks in Discord, don't go anywhere because you folks get the access to the live stream where there's no Top Step TV delay. So I'll see you folks in Discord. Good luck, everybody out there. Don't make the same mistakes I did. If you see profit, take profit. Don't have hungry eyes looking for 400 when... could easily be taking $3,000 worth of profit. All right, folks, take care. I'll see you over at Top Step TV.